Forget everything that you have learned about growing on Instagram for a second. Because Instagram is changing in 2026 and people will blow up that wouldn't even have a chance a few years ago. In the past 2.5 years, I've published over 300 videos and grown my account to over 112,000 followers. But in the past few months, I've seen a shift in content and it's almost the same like on YouTube. And I've summarized this shift into 6 main ideas that, if you put them into action, will skyrocket your account in 2026. Idea 1. More raw, less polished. Okay, so this is a trend that has been developing for quite some time now. Many people, even professional videographers, don't use real cameras for their content anymore. They use their phone or action cameras. This is not only because phone cameras are becoming so good, but because it just feels more raw. It feels more like in the situation. This video right here is a professional looking video. You watch that video with the intent of learning something. But on social media, especially on Instagram and with the TikTokification, people just want to see behind the curtain. It's not so much about showing a perfect environment anymore, but it's about showing everything from your wins to your fails, from struggling to succeeding. So ideally, you want to take the viewer with you. Just show them everything, your personality, your flaws, everything that's going on, and not just your expertise. Second idea, you only need one format. In the beginning of your content creation journey, it is important to try out different formats. But there will be one format or topic that blows up your account. There will be eventually one video that gets significantly more views than any other video on your account. Most people make the mistake of thinking they shouldn't commit to one format or one topic. But actually, this is where the growth is. This is when your content will skyrocket and blow up your account. So once you find that topic or a format that blows up, just double down on that and create as much content around it as possible. For me, this happened when I discovered that tutorials are working on my account exceptionally well. And this format alone, the tutorials, the video effect tutorials, blew up my account to over 100,000 followers. It's the only format that worked this exceptionally well. And every content creator has this one format that works every time. And they choose to do other formats when they get bigger and they just want to get broader and experiment a little bit. But it is one format that just works every time they post it. Idea 3, connection over virality. Getting views and growing your audience feels good and it is important. But I can tell you from personal experience that even 1 million views are worthless if you can't monetize them. And on social media and Instagram especially, you can only monetize views if you have a personal connection to the people that are watching your videos. And I want you to get this right, because view and follower counts are a great dopamine hit. They feel good, they just make you feel good, and they feel productive. And yet, yes, they are. And even I struggle sometimes when my views drop, when I talk about more advanced stuff instead of just posting the next viral visual effects tutorial. But you need to remember, what you really want out of this whole content creation journey is connection. Because connection is what actually differentiates you from all of the other creators. This is what makes people buy stuff when you recommend it. This is what makes people trust you. So the connection is the most important thing that you can build when building your audience. You want your viewers to remember your name. Think about this. From some short form creators, you know the format, you know what videos they do, but you don't know the name. If you want to tell a friend about one video that you saw, you can't even find it because you don't remember the name of the account. And this is where connection comes in. You want people to talk about you with their friends. And this is where your account doesn't just grow anymore. You start to influence people. Idea 4, remarkable versus relatable. And I think this is a quote from Caleb Ralston. He said, "When AI owns remarkable, we as humans need to own relatable." AI is just remarkable. And all these generative AI tools will be able soon to produce more remarkable videos that any human could ever produce. And that's why we and you as a creator need to focus on what AI could never do. Being transparent, being relatable, being a human behind a screen. Talking about your struggles, talking about your problems, not being perfect, but trying to do your best. And I think people will always follow people and you'll be much more successful if you're able to be relatable in your videos. Because that is where your audience will start to connect with your story and you as a human being. And you will start to get DMs, you will start to get comments, and people will just relate to the content that you put out. Idea 5, split the room. So this idea is something that I'm not sure what I feel about it. But in order to really stand out, you will need to have opinions that are not common sense. You will need to have some contrarian beliefs. Ideas that half the room agrees to 100%, while the other half just strongly disagree. Because this is what fills your comment sections. And your comment sections is engagement. And engagement means growth. So I'm thinking about this all the time. What contrarian beliefs do I have? What do I see completely different than anybody else in my industry? And I just try to put them into my content. But please don't just say controversial things for the sake of it. You really have to mean it. Otherwise people will notice it and it's just weird. Idea 6, be consistent in your message. And this is something, honestly, I'm going through right now. For the past 2.5 years, I've been the video effects tutorial guy. But now for a few weeks or months, I've shifted my focus on helping videographers and video freelancers get brand sponsorships through their content. And now I see a dip in views. Like a few months ago, every video had like 30 to 50k views. But now I'm stuck at like 6 to 10,000 views per video. But it just makes sense because all of a sudden I'm talking about a completely different and more in-depth topic. So if I want this topic to work, I just need to be extremely consistent with it. So far, I've only posted like 10 to 20 videos about this. But in order to train more audience about this new direction, I would need to have like 50 to 100 videos about this topic alone. And the same applies to you as a new creator. If you've only posted like 20 videos yet, nobody knows who you are. You need to stay consistent for months and years and consistently posting videos until you see results. And when you see results, you will be glad you didn't quit. Because there will be times you want to quit. There will be times that you just don't see results. But exactly in these moments, you need to push through and be consistent. Be consistent with posting videos, but also be consistent in your topic, in your direction, in your message. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to check out the link in the description. I'm hosting a live workshop called Brand Magnet, teaching you how to make an extra income through brand sponsorships. Make sure to follow along, and I'll see you in the workshop or next video.